years ago, I had a client call me on Saturday, and she said, my son just got in an accident, never been in an accident, what do I do? The gentleman was pulling off, and he didn't see a car coming around the S-curve. Yeah. And where he hit the car was his front right of his vehicle hit the front left of their vehicle. There is minimum damage to each vehicle. The couple in the other vehicle are walking around, they're on their phones. Well, he called 911, and so they dispatched the highway patrolman. It doesn't look like there's serious damage to the property damage, which is the vehicles or any of the humans involved. And so I just stay in my car, let him give his statement. The other folks give their statement. A couple of weeks later, I check in on the claim, and there's less than $8,000 of damage between the two vehicles. Well, about 6 months later, I got a notification, and it said the bodily injury on this claim had maxed out. And I was like, wait a minute, that cannot be right. I was there. I know about this. I called the claims adjuster and I said, hey, I think there's a mistake on this. He goes, and we've put you on alert because they've hired an attorney and this could possibly go into litigation. Come to find out, once it was settled, it was actually less expensive to pay these people out almost $300,000 for bodily injury than to take it to court. Because if they took it to court and if it went to a jury trial, it could actually be settled for more. My first thought was for my client. You know, this is a young, early 20s male. So he is going to have this massive claim that files him around for the next 5 years. So I start studying about auto insurance and litigation. If I have one claim that costs me $300,000, think about if there's multiple claims, and then if there's multiple agencies, and then if there's multiple states, there's going to be no way to recoup this money. So where does it come from? And they're going to get it from all the consumers that do business with that company. What I want you to look at and research is third-party litigation. A lot of your bigger claims or the claims that go on for a long period of time are getting help from people outside of the U.S. Third-party litigation is investment firms, like hedge funds, firms outside of the United States. There are some inside the United States, but a majority of them are outside of the United States that actually fund attorneys firms here to say, okay, we're going to upfront some of these costs so you can go to battle for the insured, so you can drag it out, do all the things that are going to make the cost exponential. Say there's an auto accident. The first thing that they do, they have a checklist of things that they ask you. If you are trying to prove soft tissue damage, that is so hard to prove. You can't see it on x-rays. You can't see it on MRIs. Right. So if you can take a litigation and drag it out and you have all the administrative fees, you have the attorney's fees, you have all the court costs, you have all of the expert witness costs, you can just rack up bills. Well, who pays for that? If the firm isn't big enough, what they'll do is they will take the outside money, the third-party litigation money, use that to drag the trial out as long as possible or drag the negotiations out as long as possible to rack up the bills. So it's almost a challenge to the insurance companies to go, hey, in this case, give me $300,000 or I'll take you to court for $5. What do you want to do?
I know what you were, what you are. People don't change. You're Slippin' Jimmy. And Slippin' Jimmy I can handle just fine, but Slippin' Jimmy with a law degree is like a chimp with a machine gun.